Welcome to Super Dave's RC, and tonight a little in-depth tour of the latest build, twin engine aluminum tmaxx with custom stacks and we'll go through what it took to put this thing together a little bit here. Thing's a little too big for my turntable. We'll pop the body off and we'll take a closer look. Alright. First things first, we had to get a little creative with the gas tank mounts. They're both mounted to the chassis right there and then linked together. And they just tuck out to the side. And of course we had to get fairly creative with the exhaust supports here. So we've got a brace going right down to the chassis here, and then a little ball end drilled out to fit this shaft, going over to these little clamps, and then these are press fit stacks. And we'll make a little game out of it. If anybody can tell me what those little stacks come off of, you'll get some bragging rights. I can tell you they cost $1, or $2 actually. And we've got it braced over here, so you can actually smack that pretty hard and that exhaust is going to hang pretty well. And we've got our hose routing wrapped in here right nicely. You have to run one vacuum or one pressure route from each exhaust to each tank. And we'll get back here to the exhaust. This comes up in through here and then splits into the two channels on each side. Got heat shrink tubing over a couple exhaust headers, and those balance out right nicely. They go out to each stack. Got your additional pressure line going down here for the other tank. And the drivetrain is a combination of Revo, tmaxx, and emaxx components, all energy aluminum and RPM carriers. And on this side we have our throttle linkage, which we reused the existing reversing servo point and routed that to the brake. And then the other side over here to our custom little slider. And again, we have all kinds of little aluminum bits and bumpers and this, that, and the other. One of the most challenging parts with any kind of a twin build is you have to get your gear spacing just about perfect unless you plan on cutting slots. And on this one, we don't have the chassis to do that with. So I went ahead and we just mounted new holes going right into the motor mount. And that should be plenty strong. Still looking for a name. Had several good suggestions, so if you have an idea for a name, let me know. I could appreciate it greatly. This went together pretty easily. If you're looking to do a twin motor experiment, I would recommend doing it on a tmaxx. You can do it. The only problem with the short wheelbase guy is you run into clearance issues back here. And the way you start it is simply by putting a one-way drill or a one-way bearing in a 13mm socket. And then it can fit right on to the output of the starter shaft on the back of your engine like that. And there you go. Instant roto start. Then of course on the number 1 cylinder we have a regular pull start. Alright, well again, don't forget, Super Dave's Monster Bash is next Saturday, 10 to 5 at JMW Motorsports. Hope to see you there for games and fun, and have yourself a wonderful night.